shines the way. The architect turns, he can do nothing but say, I am an architect, I made a Minotaur's maze. Oh, I could not protect you from the monster that was your curious ways. What could I do as you flew too close to the sun? Why should it be that an architect's son built the same kind of building as his father has done? Icarus knows like the back of his hand the promises he has made. Oh, but the sky is unmappable and Icarus is not afraid. He says, you are an architect, you've got an architect's mind. I cannot do what you do, and there's so much to look for, so much to find. I wanted to feel the heat and the light on my skin. Why should it be that an architect's son will build the same kind of building as his father has done? There's a shepherd who stands on the rocks unaware as Icarus falls to the sea. Why should he notice? Why should he care? Why should it? Why should it? Why should it? Why should it be? Icarus finds an unfindable grave. The smile of the sun does not change. The feathers dissolve in the salt and the waves, and the architect flies on alone. And nothing remains. Child of the wind, he's a child of the rain. God of all warriors, untie him again. Tempest is rising out over the bay. Thunder of drums in the bed where I lay. Strings of my heart resound to the tune of a dark day coming on, dark day coming so soon. He came at the heart of winter as the storm subsided, and when I held my arms out to the hunter, I was undivided. Out in the open, he fights with no fear. Swift as a wolf, strong as a bear. Frost on first, last, and greatest love was nobody's idea of my next best and brightest move. They did not approve, oh, they did not agree that sometimes there can be a color just two pairs of eyes can see. Sometimes it's not what they say it will be. Love found me in a lonely way, hiding at a party I hadn't been invited to. Company, silent graves, dear in the departed, brave and broken-hearted. When love came, the scenery was brighter than it had been before. Love came, I opened my eyes and was sure. My first, last, and greatest love only stayed a moment was enough to show there was more than death. As my love surrendered, I promised to remember that sometimes there can be a color just two pairs of eyes can see. Sometimes it's more than they say it will be. Here's my table so square in my kitchen. I can, if I want to, revise every flaw, but I wish that the ley lines of my condition could be as stable, could be as sure. Oh, this morning I sat at that other table. Saturday mornings they find me there, and the face-to-face to me was made out of marble. When I looked for the ley lines, nothing appeared. World you go, world you go, world you go, dark inside of my head now. No one lives here, no one should, and it's nothing from nothing. You were no good. What of your father's plastic resistance to all of my instincts so badly described? Oh, what of your sister, first of your victims and the lines of your fire that you waved her inside? Tell me what's of the anger that seeps from the rent in the tearless veneers of those families you tore out the hearts of. Now, darling, they ask me again, say, what was he doing that for? What were you doing that for? World you go, world you go red, world you go dark inside of my head. No one lives here, those eyes. I tried and I tried, but I couldn't work out the vandalized map of your mind. They promised me Jesus, promised me saints and all kinds of forgiveness or fires of hell, and then I'll tell them something, nothing for nothing, and I expect nothing else. How'd you find love? How'd you find grace? How'd you find hope in so hopeless a place? Tell me, how do I live here? No one should, it's nothing from nothing, and you were no good. Oh, you were no good. 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 Here I embroider my mission, ordinary needle and thread. Gonna take up my fabric and fashion an artifact out of my head. Paint it with all my acquaintance, photographs I have stored. Who gave a value to judgment? Who said a word is a sword? The writing grew like blue roses, bright as the morning, for the people who notice. When the rains came, fell like a wall, all the people were waiting for something more. Here I collect my convictions, arrange them in cases of steel. Lady, you came with your comments. It was all I could do not to feel. But see here these arrowheads gleaming, all these fish hooks whittled from bone. You'll never stop me from dreaming, and you will never get blood from this stone. Oh, and the writing grew like blue roses, bright as the morning, for the people who notice. When the rains came, fell like a wall, all the people were waiting for something more to fall. Here I arrange my intentions, and I assemble my quilt piece by piece. A marriage of thoughts is a sentence, and I draw from the west and the east. And my needle is all out of shape now. My fingers are swollen and sore, but I still will not bend to your judgment. What are you judging me for the right thing. Blue like blue roses, bright as the morning, for the people who notice. And when the rains came, fell like a wall, all the people were waiting, all the people were waiting, oh, and the writing grew like blue roses, bright as the morning, for the people who notice. And when the rains came, fell like a wall, all the people were waiting, all the people were waiting for something more. People were waiting. People were waiting for something more. Oh, something more. Time will always try to change the color of his shoes before he tails you. One of these autumnal days you'll turn around and find him face to face with you. You never saw the man in the army coat and jeans, lines along his hands, shade of nicotine around his eyes. Time will always take you by surprise. Consonants and vowels have made the vows that I've tried to set in stone. More to form my meaning, time will make it nothing more than styrofoam. Oh, it's coming like a current from a source up in the hills. Everyone's a prisoner, no one's going to get him to stand still. Oh, time will always come to take you home. Across the river, how am I gonna build a boat? It's gonna be a long December, it's gonna be a long way to go. Somewhere in the underworld, lanterns fade and shadows swallow you. I am bargaining with time, 'cause all I want to do is come and follow you. Always waiting at the gate for your money and your hand, and I'm standing on the other side, looking out along a no man's land. Oh, time will always make you sleep alone. The river, how am I gonna build a boat? It's gonna be a long December, it's gonna be a long way to go. all that you would say before we had time is the road is always longer for the one who's left behind. How am I going to cross the river? How am I going to bend the boat? It's gonna be a long December, gonna be a long way to go. She was no match for no, she was no match for me. All she believed in were patterns and poetry. She had an illusion about the goodness of humankind. She made no provision for my untidy mind. I swept him out from under her. How could she compete? A cat with 9 lives lands upon his feet. I do believe I was a robber bride. I stole the world all in the dead of night, like milk from your doorstep. I was an open flame. I stole the world. I didn't feel ashamed. I made my own footsteps. Oh, thieves don't wear black and white stripes. No, thieves don't care less. All you need to be a robber bride, you're gauntless. She was no match for no, she was no match for me. All that she cared for was a kind of accountancy. Oh, money is nice, but it's men that are fun to steal. The thrill of the chase is always the main appeal. I catch them off their guard and they catch me like a cold. I sell a story endless ages. Oh, were you never told I was a robber bride? I stole the world all in the dead of night, with only my gauntlets, with only my gauntlets. I was an open flame. I stole the world. I didn't feel ashamed. I know I was ruthless. Oh, thieves don't wear black and white stripes. No, thieves don't care less. All you need to be a robber bride, you're gauntless. You are no match for no, you are no match for me. All you consider are figures from history. These are my armies and modern day spoils of war. Don't start a fight you don't have the stomach for. And don't start believing I repent me all my sins. I can still protest my innocence as another one begins. I'm a robber bride. I stole the world all in the dead of night, with only my gauntlets. I was an open flame. I stole the world. I didn't feel ashamed. I know I was ruthless. I was a robber bride. I stole the world. He stood in the doorway, between the done and the undone. I rose on my pillow. He answered my question. Home is where the heart is, when there's no place left to go. Home is where the heart is. I used to think so.
She needed a favor. Oh, she gave me an errand to run. And the world altered forever. When I held out the gun, home is where the heart is, when there's no place left to go. Home is where the heart is.
I used to think so. And nobody knows, nobody knows anyone. Nobody knows, nobody knows anyone. And all that we have is a doorway between the done and the undone. He lay down beside me.
We live in a minefield.
Oh, but he looked at the air,
And we love as best as we can. But the blood that brands
to
me
make coffee.
guilty
Oh, but I
longs
left
on
him
the
there.
lane.
Home is where the heart is, when there's no place left to go. Home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is,
And there's no place left to go. Home is where the heart
is. I used to think so. I used to think so. not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful. Thou art not so. And those whom thou thinkst thou dost overthrow die not, poor death, nor yet canst thou kill me. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be, much pleasure then from thee much more must flow. Soonest our best men with thee do go, rest of their bones and souls delivery. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings and desperate men, and dust with poison, war and sickness dwell, and copy or charms can make us sleep as well, and better than thy stroke. Why swell'st thou then